I'm doing an all things Google presentation, and I wasn't really sure how the audience was going to be made up. I wasn't sure if I was going to be speaking to a technical audience or a non-technical audience. So the majority of the times when I do speaking engagements, I like to speak as if I'm just talking to beginners. So I put this presentation together assuming that everyone wanted to get started with blogging. So what I'm going to talk about today is a couple Google products, and I'm going to focus on one in particular, and it's called Blogger, which is a software app that's going to help you get your blog started fairly easily. So by a show of hands, how many people are active bloggers and have their own sites? Cool. All right. What software are you guys using mostly to do that? WordPress, Joomla, Blogger. Cool. All right, so I don't know how familiar everyone in here is with Blogger, but Blogger was an app that was acquired by Google a long time ago. Coincidentally started by one of the Twitter co-founders. So Google purchased it and sort of made it a lot better. And over the course of the last few years, Blogger has grown into something that is really robust and allows people to get a blog stood up fairly easily. And without any other babbling, I guess I'm just going to start going through some of these slides. So if anyone has any questions during any of this, just feel free to blurt them out. I guess I should say at Google, I work on Google+. I'm sure no one in here uses it. But I work on Google+. I'm doing the YouTube integration. We're sort of trying to make YouTube more Spotify-ish across Google+. I also work on Chrome, the V8 JavaScript engine that's Google Chrome's built on. So if you guys have any questions about any of that stuff, just let me know. Or anything, all things Google. Cool. Can we do the lights so I could start this thing? All right, so what we're doing is we're going to talk about Blogger and sort of mention some of a little bit about it already. It's a Google product that allows people to pretty painlessly start a blog and manage content on that blog and monetize the blog through some pretty easy to use tools. So I spoke to the Blogger team and they gave me this little video to show. So we're just going to go through this. I have to apologize beforehand. The video is about a year and a half old, but it's still filled with a lot of really cool things about Blogger. So I'm just going to let this run. So in the video sort of went over the key features of Blogger. So what I intend to do is sort of go slide by slide here, and we're going to take a look at what the features are inside of Blogger and how you could get started leveraging those to get your blog off the ground. So it's packed with features. You can see here on the home, basically your dashboard, you have a couple of little widgets available to you. First one being page views and updates with some other digestible bits of data that will be, I guess, important to you as a blogger. So, right, I mean, when you have a blog, essentially, you're putting information out there and you're hoping people are looking at it. So, at a glance at your homepage, you could get a pretty good example, some numbers to see if people are liking the content you're putting out there. So, I mean, I guess if we talk about content on blogs, we should talk about two different types, right? There's personal blogs, where if you're just sort of blogging about your innermost thoughts and what's going on in your life, maybe you don't really care what other people are saying about you, so you're not really interested in tracking and trying to determine if people care what you're saying. And the other type of blogs are, I guess, blogs that involve hobbies and or pretty much anything else, startups or whatever you're really interested in. But the difference between those two things is the second type of blog, generally you start to notice your blog might become really popular, right? You start to get a lot of traffic and you start to notice that some of your articles are more popular than the other. And the more you do this, you might think, hey, well, I'm putting all this time into writing blog posts. Let me sort of check out if I can maybe monetize that. So using a Google product like Blogger, monetization options become really, really easy. On some of the other blogging platforms like WordPress and Joomla, some of the other popular ones, I think those platforms a lot of times assume that the user has some sort of advanced technical know-how about websites and developing websites, things like plugins and installing them, and a lot of the times these plugins are made by contributors to the open source networks, and a lot of the times they don't have the best support, right? So with the Google products, I mean, when you're using Blogger, it's built on top of the Google stack. So what that means is it has extremely tight integration with Google+, Google Analytics, and AdSense, our revenue generating programs, and AdWords. So you can feel confident if you want to build a blog on top of Blogger that it's going to be up all the time. Your blog's not going to go down, and it's not going to be rate limited. You could drive as much traffic as you possibly could drive to your blog. So those are just some of the features that just stick out, I guess, to me, as a person trying to make a decision on what blogging platform to go to. I'm not trying to tell you what to use. I'm just here to let you know that there's an option that is Google-fied, and it plays well with all the other Google programs. So you can look here on the home page. You have the digestible analytic type information in the middle if you're a data type guy or girl. But over on the left-hand side, we have sort of our little navigation area, and that's where you're going to live. That's where all the juicy bits of your blog come together. So you have your posts, your pages, your comments, of course, Google+, because we're trying to put that in there to try to make all the Google products play nice together in a social world. So I guess I should talk really quick about Google+ just for a minute. A lot of people ask us, no one likes Google+, no one uses it. Why should I use Google+ over Facebook? And that's not the intent. It wasn't made to try to topple Facebook or take out Twitter, because we have nothing against Twitter or Facebook. Google+ is a social component that was created to tie all of the Google products together into one great social experience. So if you're using Maps, and if you're using Gmail and Blogger and AdSense and Analytics, et cetera, Drive, you will see this seamless experience, and you'll be able to share that with friends or family or whoever, coworkers that may be on the Google stack as well. So let's jump to slide 2. Okay, manage blog posts like a boss. Pretty self-explanatory. If you look over at this little navigation menu, you have your posts area. Okay, your posts are essentially your blog posts. You have the ability to create new ones, save ones to draft. It'll show you the number that you have published. You could also queue your blogs, similar to Twitter or I think there's a WordPress functionality that allows you to make a bunch of draft blogs and blast those out at a certain time rate and time frame. So the post area is where you're going to create your content. You're going to put your blogs together. And when you create a post, it has the typical what you see is what you get editor, like you see inside of Gmail, with bold and center, and the ability to add photos, and the ability to, if you're on an Android operating system or you have your Google Plus app on iOS, on your Apple, all the pictures you take will be available to you right there. You don't have to go ahead and upload anything. They're already stored up in there in the cloud up there. So, pages. Blogger is just, it's not limited to just a blogging content management system. It's a lot more than that. Blogger could be leveraged to make a pretty robust website, with some dynamic elements. So we saw in the keynote speech this morning how Gala, whatever her name was, I'm probably butchering it, but she talked about the importance of a robust static page called About Me, your information when you're out there. When someone comes to your blog, they want to say, well, they start reading content and they check it out and they're like, okay, this is pretty cool. Who is this person? So Blogger gives you the ability to create these pages, okay? So you could see inside of here, you could create an unlimited amount of pages and order them however you want. So I just made a few ones just for the sake of this demonstration. I have one called About Me, and then I went inside of there and just filled it out with any kind of About Me information that pertains to the blog owner. So that's creating pages. Pretty self-explanatory and straightforward, Comments. The Comments tab allows you to see all of the comments that your visitors post on your posts. The commenting section is not, it's not a plugin. It's a Google. It was created specifically for Blogger, which means that spam is going to be to the minimum, if none. So the comments are pretty powerful. It's a good thing to leverage comments on your blog. You could turn them on or you could turn them off, and you could see the amount of comments that were published, and there's an area that shows you spam comments too, because sometimes legitimate comments will be flagged as spam. So moving on. So the Google Plus integration is an option, right? So sometimes you have a blog and your main interest is just getting your information up, getting it up fast, and getting it out to the internet. Blogger will allow you to do that. They give you an option to link your blog to your Google Plus profile, whether it's for yourself or your business. My personal opinion, I think it's a good thing, because the more you could spread your stories or your blog posts out into the social web, the better off you are, right? So how Google works, a lot of people get hung up on SEO and keywords and those sort of things. So the best way I could explain it is our search algorithms were modified, and they're smart enough to realize when people are trying to doctor SEO stuff and try to cheat keywords and those sort of things. So what the algorithms look at is the page and all of the content and other sites and how other sites sort of link back to you. Okay? So if you have really good quality content, keywords aside, SEO aside, because those are topics that, you know, they could take an entire day, let alone an hour to talk about. But with those aside, the only advice I could offer if you really want to leverage, you know, the Google algorithms and drive some nice traffic to your site is put out good quality content, good, unique, original content. Try not to duplicate any of your posts or content that frequently, and try to reach out to other blogs and other sites and just other good quality sites in general, and have them, you know, link to you, and you do the same to them. So that's probably the best advice I could offer with trying to, in the whole SEO keyword, how do I drive traffic to my blog sort of thing, you know. So plus plays in that, you know, it's just another vetted way for you to put out a great link, to expose it to more people to click on and have the ability to someone maybe pick up and reblog that. So just another weapon in your traffic funnel arsenal, if that makes any sense. Okay, so being a big data company, of course, you know, when we overhauled Blogger, the integration of Google Analytics was very important. And when I say integration, I don't mean extremely deep. Like if you go ahead, if anyone uses the Google Analytics suite of tools to analyze their traffic, this is a little bit more boiled down. It is for someone who really wants to get a nice picture of what's happening, but they're not really too focused on the detail that much. If you want to drill down into the detail, of course, all you have to do is sign into your analytics account and you can see everything. But the stats tab is pretty robust. You can see on the dashboard, it's going to show you what your traffic looks like, and you could break that down and filter it in real time by clicking on the Now button, or you could filter it by day, week, month, or all time. So, you know, we have some numbers and stuff, page views, a little heat map down here telling you where your audience is coming from. So, inside of analytics, under the stats menu, there is the posts section. This is probably, I don't know, this is probably arguably the most important part of the stats feature of Blogger, because this is going to tell you what posts work and what posts don't, right? Now, that goes back to the two types of blogs we talked about. If it's personal and you don't care what everyone thinks of your haircut, it's all good. You know, the numbers are fine. If they're low on that, they're okay. But if you have a blog with the intent of, you know, possibly monetizing it, or even thinking, hey, you know, I'm not at the monetization point yet, but, you know, I think I might be there in a year. Blogger has you covered, because all of your pages, they're stored in here, and then you could go back and do historical analysis on them and see what blog posts work versus other blog posts. So essentially that's all that is. It just tells you what's working for you inside of your posts. And that's based on the content that goes in there. So traffic sources is another option inside of your stats area, another analytic component. Just telling you your referring URLs, the referring sites, and search keywords. The first two, referring URLs and referring sites, are given a little bit more weight over the search keywords. Because when you're going to go ahead and start monetizing your blog and, you know, getting really concerned about SEO and those sort of things, it goes back to what I said about sharing your content and getting other blogs to link back to you. and to give you referrals. The audience section just helps you understand who is coming to your site, what countries they're coming from. I know the video I showed went over it pretty quickly, but if you get stood up on Blogger, Google's Blogger, so with WordPress and some other content management systems, dealing with internationalization is an issue. Okay, sometimes your topics might be the topics of your blog. Your blog might be cross-cultural. You know, people might care about what you're talking about in Italy or Brazil or India. With Blogger, you're covered. So it's already ready to be translated. If someone hits your site from, say, Japan or Brazil, it's going to offer them a translation based on the Google Translate API. It's just another feature that's sort of built into it. And in the settings area, which you'll see later, you could actually pick to make your blog available in multiple different languages to give the people the option to switch that when they land on your home page, your blog page. So I thought that was a pretty cool thing. That was something that was added in, you know, not too long ago. Okay, so earnings. How many people in here that have blogs plan on trying to monetize it at some point? By a show of hands. Are you guys monetizing yet? Are you having luck doing that, or are you interested in getting that set up?
Not even a gleam in my eye right now, but it's food for thought for the future. So.
Okay. All right. So building your blog on top of Blogger makes that extremely easy. You need to know nothing about programming languages. It is for someone who could, if you could log into your email account, you could make money from your blog on Blogger. You don't have to install anything. It's already pre-installed. It's ready to go. It's built on top of those great tools, those great monetization tools. And you'll see there's two ways that you could really leverage monetization on your blog through Blogger. And the first one is with Google AdSense. So, and the second one is Google Affiliate Ads. I talked to both teams, the Google AdSense team who handles affiliate ads, and they gave me some links to some really awesome videos. So after this slide, I'm just going to show those two, which sort of sum up both of them really nicely. I know a lot of the times when you think, hey, you know, Google AdSense, what is it all about? How am I supposed to use this? I don't know anything about, like, you know, trying to market things and trying to make money off my blog. With these two programs, it's extremely painless. You know, like I said, if you could create an email and insert a picture into an email, that's how easy it is to insert, say, an affiliate ad into the middle of a blog post about maybe a pair of running shoes or something like that, if your blog's about running. I know there was a presentation from one of the SEO people today. But yeah, her blog was about running. So if she wanted to, she could go ahead and, you know, do Google affiliate ads, and she could create a blog post, and right in the middle of it, her blog's about running. She goes, yeah, you know, I tried out these great, you know, ASIC, you know, gel amazingnesses on the running track last night, and they were so good. Check them out. So she could hit the Google affiliate ad button, and that gives you the ability to search thousands of online retailers who sell that product. In this case, we'll say Amazon. So you search for the ASIC Amazing Nimbus shoe or whatever it was called, and it just drops right in the middle of your blog post. And if one of her loyal readers clicks on that and purchases it, she will earn affiliate money from that, which I think is pretty cool. And if you think about that, and just think about it for a second, and if someone could, I guess, participate, could I get someone to say what their blog is about? Does anyone have a blog about a hobby or a product in here that No, maybe, yes, sometimes. Is everyone talking about their cats and their haircuts on their blogs?
I'm starting a blog about fantasy football.
Oh, sweet. There you go. So a blog about fantasy football, affiliate ads would work with you because you could be talking about, say for instance, some blog post and you're mentioning something about a football game and talking about fantasy football and how it's maybe better, and you could mention, I don't know, some cool beer drinking party hat, and you could post that right in there, and pictures of you and your friends, from Google Plus getting crazy with the beer hat, and then maybe some YouTube videos of you like doing some crazy stuff with the beer hat. So your readers will look at that and be like, I want to be crazy with the beer hat. So they will purchase it. I don't mean to oversimplify it, but that's sort of how a funnel of conversion works on the internet. So you too could sell beer hats using Blogger. So let's check out Google affiliate ads for Blogger. Let's check this video out.
Hi, I'm Ali. I'm a product manager at Google. Your blog is a place for you to share your passions with the world. You might be passionate about a hobby, a sport, or even your favorite products. We believe your recommendation matters, so now when you blog about a product, you can earn money through Google affiliate ads. Google affiliate ads for Blogger is a simple way for you to create ads for products you want your readers to know about. To sign into your Blogger account, click the Earnings tab in your dashboard, then on the Get Started button. Sign up for AdSense and accept the terms for Google affiliate ads. You need an AdSense account to receive payments, but you don't have to show AdSense ads. You can choose the type of ad you want to display. You can pick a text link, an image, or a full-sized ad. When a reader clicks on an ad and makes a purchase, you can earn a commission. Earnings from Google affiliate ads will be paid through your AdSense account. Your recommendation is valuable. We want you to earn money from it to help you keep doing what you love, blogging. Get started today. Go to google.com, ads, affiliate.
Cool. So with Blogger, I guess, how many people in here have a Google account, like a Gmail account or something like that? So pretty much everyone in here already has a Blogger account, whether you know it or not, or any other Google product account. It's just, have you ever signed into it or not? So, right, if you're interested in the affiliates program, all you really need to do is go to those web addresses, which at the end of the presentation, I have this this presentation up in my Google Drive. So if anyone's interested in it, at the end I provide a bunch of links to it. You could just come see me after, and I'll get it shared out to you. You'll have it sort of instantly. So let's take a look at Google AdSense. Is anyone in here using Google AdSense on their blogs yet? Okay, so a couple people. All right, not too many. So we're going to go ahead and just introduce the program. Let's check it out.
Hi, I'm Jennifer, and I'm on the Google AdSense team. Your blog is a place for you to post your thoughts and interact with people. Your blog can also be a place to earn money from your online content through signing up for Google AdSense. Google AdSense is a free, simple way for website publishers to display targeted Google ads on their websites. Blogger is fully integrated with AdSense. Click on the Earnings tab in your dashboard, then on the Sign Up for AdSense button to get started. Once you've signed up and submitted your application, you can choose where you want us to show ads and we'll deliver them for you. AdSense works by matching text and image ads to your blog based on your content and visitors. Ads are created and paid for by advertisers who want to promote their products. Advertisers pay different prices for different ads, so the amount you earn may vary. You can pick colors, fonts, and sizes to best match your blog. Everyone uses AdSense in different ways, so try out various combinations until you find what works best for your blog. Spending time on improving your site can ensure that you get the most from AdSense. You can sign up for AdSense emails inside your account so you can get the latest news, tips, and advice straight from Google. You can also visit the AdSense Help Center to find detailed instructions on getting started. Sign up for an account today and learn what AdSense can do for you.
Okay, cool. So those are our two are 2 videos about how you can monetize your blogger blog if you wish to do that. So moving forward, we're going to take a look at the templates option inside of your blog, right? So when you put up a blog in the beginning, a lot of the times you're just really excited about the fact that, hey, you know, I'm not a web programmer and I'm not, you know, a software engineer, but I think it's really cool that I have a little home online. You know, there's a URL that points to information that I put out there, right? And that's really cool. I mean, if you think about it, the software allows you to know nothing about programming or setting up hosting accounts or server accounts or anything like that. It just allows you to start putting content out there. And it allows you to spread that and let people check out what interests you the most. So a big part of that is, in the beginning, you're just excited to get this stuff out there. And then as you start to explore blogs more and you get into the world of you know, internet and design a little bit more and branding, you start to find out and realize that, hey, you know, I want my blog to be a little bit more personal. You know, I want to be able to, you know, edit some certain areas of it, play around with, you know, the way it looks and the way it feels, because that's really important to me, you know, as a blogger. And you know, I think the users of my blog would appreciate that. So templates allow you to, like I said, know nothing about the latest and greatest web technologies, but templates leverage the latest and greatest web technologies for your blog. And you can see there's 2 views on your template dashboard. You have your base template, and you have the ability to customize that using that little customize button. If you're more inclined to getting inside of the code, you know, you really want to try to work with computer code, or you're experienced front-end web developer or something like that, with Blogger, you have the option to edit the HTML and the CSS if you see fit. But if not, if you're more of a visual person and more of a content person, which a lot of bloggers are, they don't want to touch any of that stuff. They just want to look at stuff and be like, hey, I like the look of that. I want that on my site. So a lot of the times when I talk to bloggers and I hear people talking about blogging engines, a lot of the times that's where the disconnect is, because we're all not technical people, right? I mean, we know what we like when we look at it, and there's a lot of pre-packaged, pre-programmed designs that Google has available to you. And once again, the designs too are coded by Google. They're not coded by third-party companies, so you could be assured that you're using the best software that's on the market. You know, it's going to be responsive. If you have a blog, which we could see here on my templates dashboard, you have your live blog, which will be displayed on any device imaginable. And whatever device you look at your blog, and in one shot, it's going to look beautiful on. If you bring it up on Windows Phone 7, because I know there's people doing that, if you bring your blog up on Windows Phone 7, it's going to look great. If you bring it up in Internet Explorer 6, okay, that's showing the geek behind me, because Internet Explorer 6 is dangerous to beautiful internet design, and it's dangerous to Google AdSense and, you know, everyone who's into analytics here. So it'll look beautiful on Internet Explorer 6. It'll look great on Chrome, Firefox, Safari, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Linux, Mac, Windows, whatever you look at this website on, it's always going to look and perform the same way. If you're on an iPad, it's going to shrink automatically, and you're going to look at your website and you're like, wow, it pretty much looks like an app, but I'm using a website. And that's all because of the technology that it's built on. It's the most cutting-edge, latest technologies out there. So you have the option to edit your mobile site too and determine how you want it to look. Maybe you don't want your site to be responsive. And when I say responsive, I just mean that if you look at your site on a computer like we're on, or you look on an iPad, if you determine that you want it to always look how it is, then you could choose that option really easily under the settings menu for mobile. So it's just another feature that Blogger has built in to make users happy, to make users feel that they don't need to be engineers to put up an awesome looking blog for people to enjoy. So I talked a little bit about templates and customizing your blog. So I don't really like to throw a lot of screens out there and babble on because it just, I don't know. I don't like to hear that stuff myself, and I assume everyone else doesn't. So I'm going to show another video because, you know, at Google, that's one thing we do is create a lot of promotional videos to help users understand our products and help people figure them out pretty easily. So let's take a look at some of the different template options and some of the different customization options that Blogger has to offer by watching this short video. So you could see sort of a theme across all of those different customizations and those layouts. I think those layouts are pretty cool because they're very similar to what's actually happening right now on the web. And Google's very committed to the Blogger product, and the Blogger team especially is very committed to beautiful design, very minimal design. And that's for a reason. It's to make your content stand out. If you got one thing from that video, it's clean. All of those presentations are focused on, all of those layouts are focused on what you provide to bloggers. So the more photos and the more rich information you put in there and videos and the more great things you contribute to your blog will in turn make people want to read it more and share it more. which in the end, I guess, results from more people looking at it or more people buying stuff from your blog or generating leads from your blog. So I guess another really important thing we should talk about is your data, right? So we're living in the social web era. Everyone is putting everything out there all the time. We're checking in, you know, at a restaurant, and we're taking a picture of our dessert, and we're tweeting about our dog's medical appointment the next day, and, you know, we're posting our photos to Google+, we hope, and, you know, we're just sharing all this stuff all the time. So what does that mean? As far as Google is concerned, it means that your data is yours. And so that's why I have settings equals total control. What you put in means you could take out. We're not going to keep any of it. If you want to shut your blog down and delete that information from the internet, it's going to be gone because it's yours and it's stored in your Google account, and you know, have the right to do that if you want to. But settings gives you a bunch of different options to maintain and modify the settings of your blog and how the information on your blog is used by other people. So on the settings homepage, you can see here how you could edit the title of your blog, give a little description, you know, and then under the privacy section, it's basically saying, hey, do I want to make my blog available on the Blogger network? Do I want that to be pushed into FeedBurner? And do I want it to be available to Google and other search engines? So you could answer those questions just by hitting the edit button. Another thing a lot of users ask about. I was in California last week, so that's why I have to apologize. I'm a little jet lagged still, you know, trying to get back to a different time zone and all that. But I was out there speaking at Stanford to a bunch of computer science students, and I ran this presentation by them simply because, you know, I'm not really that good at presentations, and this was a brand new one, and I wanted to sort of just test the waters with it. So I ran it by them, and the question I kept getting from most of them, which was surprising because they were technical people, was, can I use my own web address with Blogger? And the answer is yes. And that might seem like a basic question to some people in the room, but to other people, it might be the first time they're hearing that, which is a cool thing. So when you sign up for a Blogger account, you'll see that my blog address is jvalenti.blogspot.com. So if you're trying to stand up a blog that's, you know, about mittens for cats, you know, you might want to have it say, you know, Jimmy's Cat Mittens store.com or something like that, you know. So you could go ahead and get that. You could get that web address, and you could go ahead and connect that to Blogger with about 2 clicks. So you could use your own custom URL with Blogger. So when people go to mywebsite.com, they will see your Blogger site, and it won't say anything about, you know, blogspot.com. So it will appear as your own blog, which it is your own blog. It's just you're going a step forward to brand it a little bit more. So on your blog, you have the ability to, if your blog starts to get big, you'll notice that you spend a lot of time writing blog posts, right? For those of you who are in here who have active blogs, you spend a lot of time doing that, whether it's in your Tumblr app or your WordPress app, or, you know, whether you're the coder type and you're, you know, going right into the source and updating. You spend a lot of time messing around and doing that. And when blogs become really big, you need help. You need help from your friends, or you need help from your family or employees if it goes that far. Blogger has you covered. You could designate your next door neighbor to post blogs for you. If your next door neighbor is a great, you know, knitter, you know, and she's going to help contribute to your, you know, your cat mittens, and she wants to blog about the process of how she makes her mittens, that's great content for your site. So you could have someone else blogging for you simply by adding their email address and giving them permissions to post on your blog, which is really cool. It gives your blog constant content, and that's the most important thing. If anything you take away from this conference about blogging, I can't stress enough the fact that two things. Make your content awesome, okay? And the concept of constant content. Always put something out there. If you have a blog and you want to monetize it, you will make money if you're diligent and you post every day or 2 times a week with social media in between. You know, pick your brand X social network and insert the name there. But if you hit Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Tumblr, all the other networks, hit those and put up 2 blog posts a day, 2 blog posts a week, or a blog post a day if you're a really fast writer and you have a lot to say about your content. Just do that. Don't really get hung up on, you know, keywords and trying to SEO about it, because Blogger has you completely covered. When you put a blog post in there, it's built to work seamlessly with our monetization tools and analytic tools. So you don't have to worry about really trying to get inside of the code and worry about these things too much. Now, you know, if you're a business and you're really, you know, you're selling things and you're really, really concerned about driving traffic, you want to speak to these guys here. Other presenters today, they are social media experts, and the name of their company is, forgive me if I'm going to destroy this, but it's Cocoon, right?
Correct.
It's Cocoon. So what they are is they are specialists when it comes to covering you online. They will make sure your social media presence is awesome, and I'm pretty sure, I don't know if I'm speaking out of terms, but they will even make sure that your blog and everything is up to date. Is that right?
No,
You got-
strictly social media.
Okay, only social media. All right, so they'll handle the social component, which is just as important, because when you're blogging, that's all you really want to focus on is blogging. So these guys have your back and they have you covered when it comes to the promotion of your blog. You know, I know some bloggers, some pretty big bloggers out there, and they do it full time. It's like it's their job. It's what they do. You know, companies give them a lot of money and a lot of products to just write great stuff, you know, all day. So let's drill down a little bit more into these into the settings zone. Okay, so you see you have control over your posts and comments. You could edit the number of posts you want to show on your blog, post templates, comments. You could turn off commenting 100%, only limit it to people with user accounts. It's pretty robust, but not too much where you're just confused. You know, you could read through it, you get 5 to 7 digestible things. You're like, okay, that makes sense, and you know, you could move on. So internationalization, how we talked about. We see the default language of my blog is English. So if you go ahead and click that drop down, we're going to see pretty much every other language, including Arabic. So we could have our site in Arabic in the matter of seconds, where if you were on some other networks, it's really complicated. You have to install plugins to work with Google software anyway, so hey, why not just use Google software, right? Time zones, formatting, timestamps, those sort of things. All very digestible, all there for you.